I used to overly prepare and plan everything. And the best things in my life that happened was when I just like felt the excitement in that moment and did it. And so I think that's a big thing. Like, I wish my younger self knew this.
2021. We're here. We made it. We made it
Yeah.
through the infamous 2020. I just happened to be with you the last week of 2020 during, what was it, Christmas Eve?
It was Christmas Eve.
Christmas-
We met at Christmas Eve at Laji's house.
Yeah, crazy. And yeah, just everything happens for a reason. Somehow we end up here. Also, shout out to my boy David from BCPLA for letting us shoot here at this amazing place, location, boutique gallery here on Melrose in LA.
Yeah, shout out to David.
Shout out. And yeah, but welcome. For everybody that doesn't know, welcome to the show, Nachi.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
That's funny.
Who's Nachi?
Nachi. Nachi is the daughter of Silene and Reinaldo.
Okay.
They're amazing parents. I am the sister of Caio, my older brother. Very close to my family. I'm from Brazil. Lived there almost my whole life. Moved to LA 6 years ago. Always did music. Always loved art. Loved Disney Channel.
Disney Channel.
I think
Ooh.
that's a big part, you know.
What's your favorite show?
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah,
Damn.
it has to be Lizzie McGuire.
Like, I feel like you used to watch that Lizzie McGuire movie on repeat. That's why you wear the all white.
Oh, Lizzie McGuire movie was it. And I used to have this little white TV and I used to have the tape and I would just like every day.
Damn.
Every day.
It all makes sense now. That explains the white.
Oh, that's why?
That's why. Damn. Mind blown. All right, now we know where you get your inspiration for
Damn, I
fashion
didn't even
inspiration
know.
from.
I guess it just clicked.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Like, so you were very influenced from American culture early on. And yeah, even from now, like, my boy behind the camera right now just said, he was just like, oh, you don't really sound like you just got here, or at least not for 6 years, for 6-7 years. Like, you speak amazing, like you really do. And you don't even sound like you're in LA. You're not talking like this or anything like that, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah, I learned English when I lived in Miami. I was 5 till I was 8. So I learned it like at a young age, and then I went back to Brazil. So my English is still rusty. I feel like I forget words. And my roommate always makes fun of me. She's like, how do you call it? Because I always say that. I'm like, how do you call it? And then she's like, stairs. I'm like,
Stairs.
fuck. Yes, stairs. Oh, I can't. Can I curse?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So shout out to Fox, my
Shout-
roommate.
Shout out to Fox.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's interesting, the dynamic of everything going out here right now. Like, you've experienced LA before and after COVID. How did you see the transition going on there? How did that affect you personally, on a personal level?
Honestly, obviously I'm aware of the suffering and like people died my grandpa died of COVID.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like obviously there's a bunch of things that were bad, but I think it was very necessary. And personally in my life, it changed my whole life. So before COVID, I was kind of stuck in personal situations and distracted, I feel like. So when COVID happened, it forced me to just stay at home with my roommate and create and like just focus on
There
my
you go.
health and cooking and like music, and it changed my life. Like, it really saved me.
Would you say that's something that inspired the TreeGirl sessions, or was that already a thing before all this happened?
No, definitely something that inspired it. I started the TreeGirl sessions in, I think, April or May. So, and it started in March, COVID. It was literally that. It was like, and a friend of mine, he was like, yo, you should like post more of these homemade videos, you know? And then I was like, okay, well, I'll just try something. And then I really liked it, and then it just started going. So that was definitely like why I did it.
I love that, honestly. Like the whole aesthetic that you have on there. You have like a whole bunch of little plants. The whole like you have like what, a chalkboard, or is it like a whiteboard? What is it? Like,
It's my wall.
it's your wall. You just go crazy and you decided to write on your
Pretty
wall.
much. So like when I first moved in, it's like this huge white wall.
Yeah.
And then one day I'm like, nah, I'm going to draw in it. So I started drawing, and then everybody that goes there, I'm like, you want to write something on the wall? And then we'll be having a conversation, and then we get to a realization. It's like, write it in the wall, you know? So it was literally there already before I did the video. I didn't think about it like, I'm going to draw on the wall so the video looks good. Like, it wasn't like that. It was already there. But yeah, it's my wall.
That's dope. Right now, what's one of the things that you're striving for in 2021? What excites you right now? What are you like right now? Right now's the time to go out and do this.
Oh, a bunch of things. First, music. Like, I'm really falling in love with music in a way of like, I'm just paying attention to everything. Like, when I listen to music, I'm like, ooh, that bass just did this, and the drums and the hi-hat is like, I'm so engraved in it now, more than ever before. So I'm just like, every time I produce, I just want to do something different. And then other things, like, I love working out and like fitness, and I just, I want to like have a really strong body this year.
I remember you telling me you're trying to get your glute game up.
Yes, I'm trying to get a badunkadunk.
Badunkadunk.
Yeah, no, I got a protein powder. Ooh, it's gonna go down. So in August, I'm gonna have a butt finally, and that's crazy. And I think just putting myself more out there, more confidently. I think now I really enjoy the music I make, so I'm like excited to go out there and like play shows again. Hopefully, I don't know if that's gonna happen this year.
Yeah,
but I think so.
How long did you said I'm finally getting to the point where I enjoy it? How long were you not enjoying it for?
The whole time. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I always liked.
Is it getting through that sucky stage, or what is it that you didn't enjoy?
I think I was disconnected from what it meant to create music. Like, I felt like I had to create something that I heard already. I was like, oh, I have to sound like Rihanna. Like, I have to write like this song that I've heard before. I never correlated like write what you're going through. For some reason, like, I just left that somewhere else. And then when my roommate moved in, Fox, the way she made music was like, she would literally go through something the night before and then write about it. And I was like, oh, you can do that, So then I started doing that, and it was more authentic to my life.
You got very personal and very impersonal before. Rather, you were just more of a storytelling and getting things that you think would be cool songs, but it wasn't necessarily like personal to you, right?
Exactly. It wasn't me. Like,
Gotcha.
I was trying to sound like whatever, but I wasn't just doing it, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that definitely makes sense. I'm a big fan of your song. I saw you have, I feel like you did a few different versions of it, but it's called what does it go like? I don't want any other lovers.
Fresh New Gold.
Fresh New Gold. There you go.
Yes.
Fresh New Gold.
That's a favorite one, I think. That's like the one that people like.
Yeah, honestly, I really like that one.
Thank
and I remember I dug up a little bit for this, and I remember seeing like that song goes back a few years now, right?
Yes, that's crazy. Yeah. So I wrote that song, I think probably 2019. On the guitar, the whole song came to me one day when I was playing. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I like this song a lot. And then I tried producing it so many times with different people. First I tried producing myself, hated it. Went to Brazil, produced it with this like amazing producer called Zé Negro. And it was good, but it was still not, like, I didn't like my vocal performance. And then one day I was just playing the sample, and then Fox, pretty much Fox is like my soulmate. She was like, yo, I hear Fresh New Gold on top of this. And I started singing it. And I was like, oh shit. And then I made a beat. And then that's like the version that is out now.
Crazy.
But yeah, it took like 3 years for that song or 2.
It's crazy how many transformations can take place throughout all the journey and the life a song has. Like, even in front of this, in this case, was it all behind the scenes, or did you put out like early versions of it as well?
I'd never put it out, no.
Okay.
But like, I would show it to a lot of people, you know? But then it would always be the point, like, I would be playing it for people in my house, and then I'm like, wait, that's not it. And I would just stop playing it. I'm like, it's not ready yet, you know? And then now I'm like, I like to listen to it, so it's crazy. But I'm probably sure I'm going to have another version of it. Like, yes, actually, I'm going to have it, actually.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
appreciate
I went
that.
back. I talked to your third grade teacher. Oh, like,
Oh my God. I would be like, wait, who?
Imagine, went back.
What teacher?
Went back to my your third grade teacher. Just
Third grade was lit.
was it you loved high school or all? Did you love grade school in general? What was school like for you?
I did. I had fun in school. Like, I went to the same school in Brazil my whole life. So,
Oh,
like,
because they do like those schools where it's like literally kindergarten
to high school.
Got you.
So I had the same friends. Like, I still talk to them. They're like my sisters. We
Yeah.
had fun. Some parts of school I didn't like, but I mean, I had fun in school. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of nerdy too.
You were the nerdy girl. You have glasses.
I did have glasses, but I never would wear it.
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't nerdy, but I was definitely like into like certain classes. You know, I would be the girl like, can you guys please be quiet? Like, in certain classes, the other classes.
You're the girl that asked if you're the girl that brought up the homework from the day before. You're like, Miss, are we still turning in that homework assignment?
Are we doing that? Some classes, yeah. Some classes I was super good with, and the other ones I wasn't. Math I liked. History sucked because I'm really bad with names and dates. So it just didn't work.
Got you.
Pretty much.
No, that's awesome though. Moving forward, like you compared to those days, what do you think has made the biggest change within you, or at what point do you feel like? At what point in your life was there like a certain shift where you all of a sudden you started changing your identity, or who you became started shifting a bit towards who you are now in this present moment, Nachi?
Damn, I feel like I had a few like shifts, you know. I think like right after high school when I first moved here, I was like, "Oh, okay, like I can experiment with like what I wear and with my hair cuz people are just all crazy here, so you just kind of do whatever." And then I think right 2017 till 2020 was rough. Was like I went through some stuff, and that really, I guess, shaped my character a lot. It just helped me like understand what I don't want in my life.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
got you.
Yeah.
Dang. And for now, like I remember, so going back to your art and everything that you do, I looked back at your YouTube channel and I saw that your first video that you posted was probably, I don't know, like 2 years ago or something, and it was like hair tutorials of how to treat curly hair.
Yeah.
Was that like your initial start into the world of the whole YouTube space, the whole anything, just I guess the whole internet? Was that your origin? Was that where it all started for you?
Yes, that was 2015, which is crazy.
Okay.
It was when I first
Shit.
moved here. And all my friends would always be like, Nachi, can you please post a video on your hair? Because, like, nobody was really wearing curly hair, or I guess in Brazil. So I was like, okay, like, I'll do it. And then I did it, and then I had like 1 million views on curly hair. I'm like, wait. And at this point, I wasn't making music. I was just studying music. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this curly hair thing. It's fun. Like, I liked setting up the lights and editing the videos. But then I got really annoyed. I was like, I don't want to be a hair guru. Fuck this. And then I stopped posting it. And then I started posting music. And then a bunch of girls would be like, your music is cool and all, but like, we need the hair videos. And I would be so mad.
Go back to the hair videos.
I would get so annoyed. I'm like, I hate it. But now I'm like, I'll just post whatever I feel like at the moment. And
it's crazy though how it's hard to lose a stigma of like people in the beginning of like their initial first impression of you is like what they latch onto. So the moment you start to change or you start to do anything else, everybody just sees you as that certain character, and it's just like it's hard to break that loop.
yeah, literally, it's very hard. But I think it's like so necessary.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we're always changing up, and it helps the person who is watching also to understand like you can do that. Like you can do whatever excites you in that moment. You don't have to like be that forever. You know, you don't have to be one thing forever. So I'm gonna keep changing. I'm probably gonna like start posting tap dancing videos next.
There you go. Your tap dance game is strong or what?
It used to be stronger. I need to practice a little bit, but I can.
So you're really about to tap dance.
I'm about to tap dance.
Okay.
I'm about to tap dance.
I'll fuck with that. So you just released a music video, maybe what, like 2 weeks ago, a month ago.
Yeah, like I think 3 or a month ago.
Okay.
3 weeks, yeah.
And how do you feel that did? For you?
The Still Get Lost in You
Yeah.
video.
Mhm.
I think I mean, Steve, shout out to Steve. He's dope. Like, it's the way he sees and approaches video I've never seen before. Like, he's so simple with it. He just shows up with his camera and his girl. And like his girl takes pictures and he just like shoots you in like very organic way, and then his edit is crazy. Still Get Lost in You, that song, I love it. And it was like the beginning of like when I really started liking my music. I just was hurt, and then I was writing, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just try a take. And then I tried it, and then it was like one take. And I was like, yo, I think I like this a lot. So I did this in the beginning of 2020, and then shot the video like at the end of 2020.
Yeah.
So it lived for a long time, and that's Steve's favorite song too. So it was cool, like him shooting it and it being his.
It's a really dope song, honestly.
Thank you.
I definitely felt it, like hearing it, and I love your vocals of just how the tone of your voice, and it's just very soothing. It's very, I don't know, it's very soothing, very just enjoyable. I feel like you really feel what you have to say in your message, and you allow yourself to be vulnerable with a little bit of that message as well. And I really love that.
Thank you.
Going towards your Tree Girl album, would it be album project? What would you label it?
I think album. Yeah, album, project, whatever it is. It's just a bunch of songs together.
Yeah. I remember first seeing that a while ago. I don't remember exactly how I came into it, but I just remember seeing the album, and I remember when you released it a certain way where it was just like independently, you just decided to do it, not even on DSPs, you just did it on your own, correct?
Yes, I first started selling the album.
Yeah, which is a smart, like on an entrepreneur, and it gives a chance to connect with your fan base on a personal level compared to, you really get to see who cares about you compared to just putting it on DSP for anybody else to find out about.
Exactly. Like, I really wanted to see, like, is this possible? You know, is it possible to sell music? And like you said, you really get to see like exactly the people, and then you see the first sales, and you're like, oh my god, like this girl, like she's been there for a long time, and it just creates this deeper bond with the people that are there. You know, it was nice to see, and it, you know, like made a few sales, like was able to go to New York for Laji's shoot, and like it just makes it like, oh, okay, I can sell music. Like it's still something that you can do as an artist, you know? Because I think, especially with musicians, I think it's the art that is hardest to sell, because it's so easy to just
I feel like it might even be easier to sell yourself than the actual art.
Right?
Right?
Like that's why artists make a brand of themselves, you know, because it's so hard to sell the actual sound.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to see if I could do it.
And you did it.
I did it.
There you go.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
But as far as 2021, when it comes to projects, do you see yourself releasing any more projects, or what would you like to do as far as music for the rest of the year?
I definitely have a bunch of singles that I'm gonna release, and every day to me is just like I pray about it and I see what goes together, and hopefully an album by the end of the year, or an EP, but definitely a bunch of singles. Like
Gotcha.
I already have like 4 that I'm about to release before the middle of the year. So
got you.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about them, actually.
Do you have any timing in mind for the next one?
Hopefully by the end of February, and one in March for sure.
One in March.
So, yeah.
Hey, stay on the lookout, guys. Stay on the lookout for that.
Please. And a video with Laji. She's directing. Laji Ann. She was in one of the podcasts too, so she's directing the video.
Yeah, definitely.
So
stay tuned for both of them. The duo, or what is it, trio? How many of you guys are there? Like, there's so many of like your immediate friend group, or like that circle that's always hanging out together.
The circle of artists. Ooh, it's like me, Fox, King P, Nate, Steve, Rosie, his girl, Laji.
Nice.
Please don't be forgetting anybody.
You said, please don't forget about it. Hey,
I don't think I did.
it's okay. She didn't mean to. She didn't mean to. It's okay.
But yeah, like we just kind of vibed out, but they're in New York, so it's like we just talk and we meet up sometimes, and but we just really.
It's crazy how art can connect people from all around the world, especially nowadays, like with the internet, Instagram, everything. Like it's crazy how 1 second there's an absolute stranger that you never heard of, like ourselves in this moment. It's like a few months ago we had no idea we existed, and it's like somehow we end up here right now.
We ended up, Laji was like, oh, I'm gonna throw a Christmas party. I was like, okay. I wasn't even supposed to be here for Christmas.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Brazil, and then we get there and we're like eating outside. Like, what's up? Like, nice to meet you. Christmas.
That's true.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's dope.
Crazy.
I love it.
All right, so right now, who are some of your favorite artists that you look up to or that you're really fucking with, where you're like, damn?
First artist that came to my mind is No Allegra. I love her voice. It's just like anything she sings sounds good to me. I love Janae Aiko. Yeah. Who else? An album that I've been listening to. Every time someone asks me this, like everybody just disappears from my mind.
Would you say you definitely listen to more female singers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I think I do. I'm like, I like to listen to stuff I can sing along with and like
resonates with yourself.
Yeah, resonates in the same kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Jesus, I can't think of anybody else, but I know there's someone out there.
Someone out there.
It's gonna come back, and I'll let you know.
All right. No, yeah, it's cool.
Throughout the thing.
Yeah, but as far as like, say, we're talking about right now your music and everything, but are there any other things that you'd like to tap into, or what else is on your mind at the moment for just things to pursue?
I love dancing.
Okay, so you're really serious about this tap dancing.
Yeah. Tap dancing and like other styles of dancing too, because I grew up dancing, but then I just stopped. But like at my house, I dance every day in front of the mirror, you know?
Okay, you just in the morning, right when you wake up?
You know, throughout the whole day, like I'll be cooking and dancing. So I would definitely like to incorporate that more, like into my music, into everything, and get into acting and just being a part of like different movies.
Okay. Mrs. Hollywood over here.
Oh my God, not Hollywood.
You ever get people like from your hometown, especially since you're from a fucking different country? Like, do you get a lot of people, friends and stuff that they're always like, Miss Hollywood, are you changed? Or
oh my God. Sometimes, yeah, my friends will be like, oh, now you're American. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, shit. But I guess I am a little bit now. Yeah. You know, I haven't been in Brazil for like 7 years. And I think I grew up like as a woman here. Like I became independent here.
Your formative years.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I guess, but I don't like being called Hollywood. I don't like it, but hey, my dream is to play Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Okay.
So we're gonna make that happen. That's why I'm training. I'm training for that. You know, protein powder, all of that.
There you go.
It's for my Lara Croft role.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. So if you know the director, the casting people, or watching the podcast, I'm interested.
What kind of movie? So do you see yourself doing like action movies? What do you want to do aside from that? Or like, do you want to be in lovey-dovey movies? The Notebook? You want to? You're like, nah, you're not.
I don't want to be in The Notebook. I definitely want to be in an action movie. For sure, or like a dance movie.
You said, fuck that love shit. I'm all about.
This year, no, I'm celibate this year.
There you go.
Yeah.
No time for love this year. Don't try. Don't slide in DMs.
Don't try. But yeah, definitely not a love movie. I definitely want to be like in an action movie, something I can train for. You know, something that like people hit me up at 5 a.m. like, Nath, are you ready for training? And I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
You like a challenge?
Yes. So I want that, or like a dancing, like Honey. You know the movie Honey?
Oh, with like Jessica Alba?
Yeah, even though I watched that movie again and I was like,
you said
it's not that good, but when I was younger, it was lit. So I kind of want to do something like that.
Damn, that's dope, honestly.
What about you?
I definitely see myself acting a bit. I'd love to be in like some kind of role in like a Hulu or Netflix show. I think a lot of those smaller films are on the way. Not necessarily smaller, but like things that weren't happening before, like the Lil Dicky show or Dave or stuff like that. I'm really fascinated by like TV show that's based around reality. I think when it's most authentic. Of like, I'm a big fan of Dave and how he incorporated like Benny Blanco, Justin Bieber, all these celebrities and personified them a bit. And in a way, I plan to do that with this, of personifying people and giving people. Dang, I think they heard your album right now.
Oh shit! It's fire, huh?
No, yeah, but yeah, I definitely want to step into a little bit of that. And out here, what I've been learning is that there's so many fucking opportunities for anything. Like, if you're a creator, like I've had so many people just ask me if I'm down to get into this or that, and things I wouldn't have even thought about. And it's just crazy of how many things exist here. Like, things are just they go from being just a concept to a reality the next day. It's crazy.
Exactly. That's one thing I do love about. I don't think it's necessarily LA. It's just the idea of people that move here or that are here. They're just like, oh yeah, it's possible. Like, let's do it, you know? And it's accessible. And like you said, you can literally create anything.
And I think also it's the people around that everyone just happens to be very optimistic, or everyone's here for a reason, and they believe things are possible, so they ignite that fire and they give you fuel. Like, compared to smaller towns, smaller cities where the beliefs aren't so real, like a lot of times they'll put you down. They're like, oh no, that isn't believable, or why are you aiming so high, or don't get your hopes up too high. And compared to out here, you tell someone your idea and they're like, let's fucking get it, let's fucking do this.
Right,
you know,
like, you could definitely do that. Like, of course you could get an Oscar next year. Like, that's true.
Yeah, true.
That's true. And also, like, there is a difference when it comes to things being accessible. Like, when I go to Brazil, I literally check my suitcase 1,000 times to see if I'm getting all my cables. Because, like, if I get there and I don't have a cable, that cable is going to be hard to find. You know what I mean? And it's like
my cables and stuff?
Yeah, my cables. A mic, like a keyboard. Like, you can literally go anywhere here and get a keyboard. Amazon.
Did you grow up in like a city, a small town? What kind of place in Brazil?
So I was born in São Paulo.
Okay.
But like, my parents, where I grew up is like 40 minutes from the city. So like,
it's a little bit more local, or like,
exactly. It's like,
smaller,
it's smaller town.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to go out of my way to like find things. And even if you go to the city, like a shitty mic in Brazil is you're gonna pay a lot of money for.
Yeah.
So I understand like why people will have certain mindsets of like, oh damn, like that's harder to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to be here and like have access to things.
Could you see yourself at the end of the day, like down the road, maybe say like 10 years or so, where do you see yourself living? Do you see yourself still being out here? Do you see yourself being fucking Brazil, fucking Canada, fucking?
I don't know about Canada, but though Tommy is in Canada. Do you know R&B Radar?
R&B Radar.
You should check them out. Yeah, they have a playlist, but they're like a platform.
Okay.
Tommy is like the owner, and he's in Canada. So shout out.
Shout out Tommy.
But 10 years from now, I'm gonna be, oh my God, 34. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have a kid by then, or wanna have a kid. I'll definitely probably go to Brazil. Like,
so you think you want to be all wifed up and living the mom life 10 years from now? Is that?
I don't know. Like, wait. Mom life. I guess, yeah, I do want to have a kid like mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Yeah, I do. I want to have a baby.
Dang. You have a name already? Are you already that far into the future?
No,
where you're like,
but
this
like,
is exactly the name?
when I see babies, I'm like, oh. Like, I never did that before, you know? I'm like, oh, damn, my hormones are definitely coming in. But I have to wait. But, yeah, when I have a kid, I want to be in Brazil, like, with my mom and my dad and my grandma, you know.
Just like the family around.
Yeah. So, but, you know, have a house there, come here. Hopefully, I have that financial stability to do all that.
You're going to be popping. Just, you guys should have seen, just like right before we got here, we already had people coming up for pictures and autographs, and they were just like, yo.
That is a lie. There was this girl trying to take pictures, and she didn't know who I was.
Nah, but one day, you ever think about the feeling or what it's going to be like when like a bunch of people just come up to you and they're just like, hey, Nachi. Like, have you thought about that? Or what, I don't know, just of the beauty and the dark side of how for a moment it might be like, oh cool, like I'm validated or people are really fucking with me, but then for after a while I'm pretty sure you're probably like, damn, I'm just trying to eat this meal right now, you know?
Right. I mean, yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about like the things that would come with the life that I want.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's probably like super dope in the beginning. You're like, oh my God, like you know who I am? Like you like my stuff?
Yeah.
But then I also love the whole like incognito life, you know, like just living a normal. I love walking, like,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna keep. I hope I can keep doing that. But it's so even funny to even talk about it because I'm like I'm not anybody, you know. But like,
Hey, give it
I
time.
think it comes with bad and good.
Do you want? Everybody has different goals. Everybody has different things, and it's like not everybody wants to be the biggest thing in the world. For you personally, what is your goal? Is your goal to just be able to live your best life as an artist and just be able to do things when you want and not necessarily be because there's so many thousands of artists out there that make a good living and they're just chilling. Like people don't, the average person doesn't know their name, but they're living good, you know? So it's like, is that what you would like to do, or what exactly? Do you want the world? Do you want J Balvin status? You want Rosalia status? What status you want?
I've thought about that too. I feel like it changes every like 5 minutes. Cause knowing myself, I really don't like when people tell me what to do. I've never liked it. Like, so I don't know if I would be able to deal with like, oh, you have to be there, you have to do this, I'll probably like fight with people. Shit. Maybe you can edit this part out. But
You want your freedom. You like being able to spend time doing what you want, not necessarily have every minute of every hour logged in, correct?
Exactly. Like I like just chilling and like meditating and like taking care of my plants and stuff like that. But there's something inside of me that also, like the little kid, would see myself in like arenas performing and touring and like there's something about giving my whole life to my art that I love as well.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on the phase of your life, but like right now I'm very focused on my art and I know that big things are gonna come from it. But who knows in like 5 years or 10 years, you know? But yeah, I do want my music to be like universal, like to reach the highest peak that it can.
Yeah. All right. You heard it here first. Let's see. In 5 years from now, we'll be watching this and we'll be like, oh shit, this is what went down. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Let's see where we're at.
Let's see what happened.
Let's see what happens. It's crazy because like I remember the last interview I did with Max. I was so, I don't know. I feel like at times I really try. Damn, someone's calling me. But at times I really try my hardest just to like act so professional. And right now I'm really just free flowing. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like such a square sometimes when I'm just like, just sitting down, or I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm not allowing myself to just be and I'm thinking too much about things. Right now, I literally have nothing written down. If you see on this.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
I have nothing written down. I'm just going off the flow compared to other episodes where I'm so overly prepared. I have my whole note thing and it's just like, I'm over here like one by one. All right. So how was your day?
And can we talk about that?
You know?
Because it's like the more present you are, the less you have to plan.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm learning. Like, because if you're listening and being present, like you don't have to prepare as much. You know, you could just like ask the next, like, you know, ask from curiosity from that moment.
True.
That's something I'm learning too. I used to overly prepare and plan everything. And the best things in my life that happened was when I just like felt the excitement in that moment and did it. And so I think that's a big thing. Like, I wish my younger self knew this. I think I would have like explored myself more and my curiosities and like, just like things that I wanted to do, but I didn't. Oh no, that I didn't plan that, so I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think the more spontaneous I get, the more spontaneous I become and allow just random trips or random adventures to come about. Like, I'm really starting to enjoy life more because it's like, when you have no expectations, no nothing, you can only gain so many things compared to when you set an expectation of, I want this to do that, I want only this to happen or whatever, compared to just letting it flow. And it's like right now, like this whole setup, we just happen to be sitting down. Now I'm cozy and it's just like I'm chilling compared to how we had it before. And it's just like, you never know. Like at certain times we might be upset of certain things, but then as you go on, you realize it's like everything will be okay. Like just enjoy what it is now and stop stressing about what didn't come about, you know?
That is true. That's true.
Yeah. So you're a very spiritual person. as well. What kind of where did your experience start in that? Were you always pretty spiritual? Did that just kind of come along the journey?
I was always very curious about like I guess like religious talks. My family is not religious.
Okay.
So like I never had to go to church or like
Yeah.
but it was like my dad would always say like, oh, you'll have to give thanks every day to God for everything that we had. Like that was his only thing. And my mom, like whenever I was scared, she would just be like, oh, just pray, like make up your own prayer. You don't have to pray in any specific way.
Hey, shout out to your parents though.
Right? Shout out to
them.
my parents. And then I guess moving here, my relationships really got me into spirituality. Like my first boyfriend here, he was very religious, and we used to go to Mosaic, the church.
Okay.
And I remember like when the pastor would be like, oh, now everybody close their eyes, I would be the only one with my eyes open, like looking around like, why am I doing this? Like weirded out.
Yeah.
But then the more I let go and just be like, just enjoy the moment. Like just feel it. Whatever he's saying, you just resonate with what resonates with you. And I remember I would cry there, and I wouldn't take everything he was saying, but I took a lot. And then Laji, like obviously very spiritual as well, so she got me into a lot of her beliefs and her experiences. And I think being apart from my family and like being alone and going through like a hard relationship just forced me to get spiritual, like forced me to like connect to something that we don't see necessarily, but like you rather feel, you know, like just forced me to like, okay, like get in touch with your emotions, understand your value, understand that you don't have to be in the situation, like you can get out. So spirituality helped me to get out of like being stuck, you know, and connect more to my art and to people. But spirituality is such a weird talk to me.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many sides from it, and everybody experiences it a different way. I think people can make it attach religion to spirituality. People can go to the woohoo type of spirituality where it's like so left field that everybody's just like, what the fuck? And it's just like, I feel like whatever makes sense to you makes sense to you. Like if you believe like if you believe you have to do a certain thing every day, or if you whatever goes through your mind, I feel like if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to you, and that's all that should really matter, because it's your fucking life, it's your mind, it's your way of thinking. It's like as long as you're not doing any harm to anybody else, I feel like you're good. Go, and it helps you for the better. Believe whatever you want.
Oh, I agree, like completely. It was weird because with quarantine, I was like, oh, okay, I want to do this. There was this like 21 day of gratitude meditation going around, and a journaling with. Do you know who Quinn is, the artist?
Quinn?
Yeah. Do you know the rapper Black?
Yeah.
So it's his girl.
Okay.
And she has like a WhatsApp text thing, and with her sisters and friends, and they made this like journaling challenge. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I'm addicted. Like I am addicted to meditating in the morning and journaling. Like I feel like when I'm doing that, my life things just, I don't know. I feel good. Things go. I get in the flow. So that's like part of my
what
rituals.
do you put in your journal? For example, I just started. I've had this like this grateful or gratitude journal where I write down like what I'm grateful for and whatnot. But as far as I also want to just make another journal and just start journaling different things. I'd love to hear what you have. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I think I always had like a notebook. Like, and before I used to write a lot about like, especially in like the rough years that I told you about, it was so sad. Like when I look back at it, it's just really sad how I felt. And then with the 21 days of gratitude and the journaling thing, I always kind of start with what I'm grateful for. It's kind of a thing. Like I'll be meditating and then I'm like, oh my God, I love that tree. Like, thank you so much for like the fact that I even have trees around me, or like, and then my cat will be there. I'm like, thank you so much for Chulo. That's his name. Thank you so much for my friends and food. And then I kind of just start writing things that I wish I felt when I was younger. Like, you're beautiful. Like, you're so magical. You know how to work with other people and teams, and everybody knows their worth, and nobody feels like they're lacking anything. And And when I write that, even if I still have doubts about it and I just keep writing it every day, eventually I just start believing in them.
Self-manifestation.
Yeah, like I just write. And then one thing I've incorporated in my journaling that Fox came up with, where she was like, sometimes we think we know what we want, but then it manifests and we're like, I actually don't want this.
Yeah, true. Facts.
So she said, oh, I surrender to my truest and deepest desires. Whatever that means, like deep inside you know what it is, but sometimes you get caught up with distractions and whatever. So I've been writing that. I surrender to my truest, deepest, purest desires and needs. And whatever that is going to happen, and I trust it. And then I also been writing we a lot because I feel like, especially America is a very
very
like I am, which is fine. But I did a lot of that, so now I'm writing a lot of we, and it's crazy because now that I'm writing a lot of we, I'm working more with my friends.
That's powerful. Yeah.
I've been working more with Laji, with Fox, and like just understanding the power of creating and building together. Like, yo, today we're focusing on that, what you're doing. Like, what do I need to do to help you? And then the next day is, it just like this circle of energy. So yeah, I've been practicing that lately.
That's dope. For any young kid or young musician right now trying to get into all this music, maybe they're just getting started, like what advice would you have for them?
I would say gravitate towards what you like. Like gravitate towards things that you really do love, whatever that is. It could be an activity, because it's going to translate into your music. Like the life you live is what your music is going to sound like. So, and then like, I guess for me, study art. Like whenever I watch something or I listen to a song, like I'm really listening. Like I'm really listening to the tone of the artist, the instruments. When I see a cover art that I like, I'm like, why do I like this? Like really study the things you gravitate towards, and then you're gonna
details.
The little things, and then you're gonna start applying it into your own art, and then you're gonna start making things you like because you're getting inspiration from things that you like, Yeah. So
True. Shout out to every young creator out there watching right now.
Yes.
Shout out to you. You can do it. You're powerful. You can accomplish anything you really want. And I think you're a great example of someone that's following their purpose or their journey, their dream, their goal, their love. And I think you're going to go very far. And I think we're just barely getting a glimpse of what is to come.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You too. You're so dope.
For everyone watching right now, where can everybody follow you?
You can follow me on all the platforms by Nathi Official. Nachi was taken, so I have to add the official in there. But it's Nathi Official. So I'm on TikTok, Twitter. Oh, Twitter is Nachi Official _.
Damn, they got you with that too?
They got me everywhere.
Damn.
I'm trying. There's a Nachi on Instagram. It's just Nachi, and she doesn't even post for like 4 years. I've been trying to reach this girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, please give me my name.
The struggle is real.
She's out of here.
The struggle. Fuck it. One day we'll get Nachi. But anyways, hope you guys are having an amazing day as you guys watch this. Hope this made your day a little bit better. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel here at the Creative Heals Podcast. And this is just getting started, all right? Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.